Gun fam, what's up? It's the Gun Brother. Thanks for tuning in. I don't even believe I gotta walk through this, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go through this first part of the video. Not talking about the use of force. I'm talking about avoiding it. Let's just go.
Kia, I don't know like this.
Yes, sir.
Now, off the break, I promise you that right there, if this officer had intent on fighting, targeting this kid, doing whatever, it would happen right there. Because when you open that door, it's a perceived, or can be, a perceived threat. You about to flee, you about to shoot at him, could have been anything. You can look at this body cam, the officer barely even backs up, which is what he should have done. He should have created distance just in case he was getting ready to get assaulted. But he didn't even think that. He just stopped walking and asked, is there a reason you're popping your door open?
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works.
So he answered him, he said, because I don't have a window that works. But now I've seen people say, why didn't the officer just walk up and say, hey man, you got to turn your lights on when it's stormy? That would have been, that sounds so better, so eloquent. But he never gave him a chance to. He answered the question. He said, yes, I don't have a window that works, and goes straight to.
Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he said, is there a reason you pulling me over? And the officer said, absolutely. And answers him.
There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And
It's daylight, I don't need the lights, and there's no rain.
it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you, I'm telling you.
So then the officer says, I'm not arguing with you, I'm telling why I pulled you over. Inclement weather, you don't have your lights on, you don't have a seatbelt on. Everybody wants to argue about the validity of this stop. The car is wet. When the officer's walking up, if you look at that parking pad over there, it's wet. So at some point, it was raining. Let's say it's not raining right now. He said he didn't have a seatbelt on, whatever. That's what the officer's saying. If it's a fraudulent stop, we contest it in court. I'm not saying that the officer couldn't have been lying. For all you bootlicker MFers. I'm not saying that the officer, it could have been an illegitimate stop. I'm not saying any of that. But I'm saying, right here, is where it really goes bad.
Well, I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
Give me your driver's license and registration. No. All right.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor.
Stop thinking call your supervisor means they have to call the supervisor. They don't. That's TikTok politics. Y'all ain't never heard of that. Ain't nobody ever been talking about that till people start doing that shit on TikTok, and it's not true. They do not have to call the supervisor. They don't, period. I don't care what anybody tells you, unless there's a department policy that says they do. The department policy says if somebody requests a supervisor, you have to call it, then they're supposed to call it. Now, I don't know if Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has that policy. I will say that. However, how are you going to argue with me right now that all he had to do was give him his license and registration? Come on. There's no way y'all can't think that that's all he had to do. I don't see how y'all arguing with me about that. We're not talking, and the point of this is, if he had done it, the rest doesn't happen. The other cars don't show up. The whole surrounding them and boxing them in, none of that happens up until up to this point. All of that could have been prevented. But let's let it run.
Why did you pull me over?
So look, there's the call right there. That's after, no, I'm not giving you my license. This is where the call is made. So none of that other stuff would have happened if he had just given him his license and registration, period. How you gonna argue with me about that? You've all been pulled over before. I've been pulled over before. All I do is give him my license and registration, take the L and keep going. There's no, how are you arguing with me about this? But I'm gonna let it roll.
I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Now he's asking him again. Did he tell him? Has he already answered the question? Come on, y'all. You can't keep arguing about this.
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. No. That's a lawful command at this point. The officer didn't walk up to the car and go, step out of the vehicle. That's not what happened. All of this has transpired up to this point, and your man is like, no.
Step out of the vehicle.
Another request or order, command, lawful command, whatever you want to call it. And he closes the door and locks it. Stop. I don't know how y'all arguing this anymore. I don't know how y'all talking about, and look at the car. You can see clearly the car is wet. So at some point it was raining. Okay? I know what the law says, something about the windshield wipers have to be in operation. That means the headlights have to be on, or fog, mist, or smoke. I know that. All right? So I don't know what's happening the moment the officer saw him. I'm not splitting those. Let's just call it a legal traffic stop. All they had to do was give him his license and registration. That's it. The officer was by himself. He wasn't gonna beat him up. He not trying to take this kid and drop him off in a effed up neighborhood bloody. He was gonna write him a ticket, give him the license and registration. It's over with. I don't know how y'all argue on that point. But anyway, also saw some clips that he wasn't warned before they broke the window. That's if you start at the beginning of the other clip. The officer says, like, literally, I counted 7, and then he kept saying it. So he says it at least 7+ times. Exit the car or we're going to break the glass. He told him that. Gun Brothers out, man. I'll talk to y'all later.